Hey y'all, just as a quick, I guess, background for my fitness challenge. I'll tell you, I have spent almost 50 years as a before picture. I always tell the joke that for the longest time my mama told me that husky meant I was awesome, and it took me, once I figured out that husky didn't mean awesome, you know, it just broke my heart. But I have always been on the heavier side, and it wasn't, for the longest time I just said, you know what, it's mind over matter. I don't mind because nobody else matters. I'm gonna live my life. And it wasn't until I got a little later on in life, and you know, you're just tired of sitting down and falling asleep, not having the energy to climb stairs, you know, do anything really without just always being tired, that I got serious about trying to lose some weight. And at that time I was 280, 42 britches, 41+% BMI. It was, yeah, rough. Anyway, so I lost a little bit of weight, and my bride lost a little bit of weight, who she is just a champion. Inspirational to me. Yeah, a little bitty gal, but I gotta tell you, she's awesome. She lost weight, and both of us kind of like hit a stalemate. Well, she went to MRC, Metabolic Research Center over in Columbus, and rocked it. I mean, just rocked her program. Well, while she did that, I still struggled and fought and struggled and just got ticked off. Well, she said, look, go. So, and I thought, MRC, that's a chick place, I'm not going, you know, typical man thoughts. Well, found out that I was 100% wrong. I had already had friends that had lost a lot of weight there, and I didn't even realize it. So once I went, they embraced me, and I got down to 200 pounds, which is where I am now. So from 280 to 200. And honestly, very proud of that. You know, I mean, that went from 42 britches to 34 britches that are kind of loose. So I'm happy about that. But work, where I work, has a fitness plan, a challenge, I should say, that we're all doing from the 1st of April to the end of June. So a few of my buddies got looking at it. Of course, that competition always helps, makes you get kind of challenged. Plus the fact that, I mean, I turned 50 last year, and I gotta admit, I've kind of just been in a, I mean, optical rectimitis is where your blood hole gets wrecked around your eyeball, and it gives you a crappy outlook on life. And that's, I'm not in a bad shape, but I'm just kind of like, I want more. I want to lose more. You know, after my leg injury a couple years ago, I'd like to get back to running. If I can, I want to run another 5K. And even all that, I tend to be one that just self-doubts. I doubt myself. I doubt my abilities. I'll come up with an excuse, you know, quickly if something's tough to just quit. And I don't like being like that, you know. Now, if I enjoy something, I will run until I'm bloody nubbed to do it. But if it's something that I've got to work at, a lot of times I'll fade out like, nah, I'm good. But I don't like being like that. I want to be better. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better friend. And in all this, I guess a kind of perfect storm came out was I saw in talking about doing our 3-month challenge. I was looking at some stuff and happened to run across the 75 Hard by Andy Frisella. Now, let me warn you, if you watch anything by Andy Frisella, which I can't anymore, the language is horrendous. And love the guy, love his intensity, love what he has to say about it. I just can't listen to him talk about it. It's kind of like, you know, I love Jesus, but man, I'm not gonna beat you over the head about him, and I'm not gonna say you're good, you know, if you don't do this, I'm not gonna do that. And he's not that way. It's just he speaks very, very rough, and I have enough salt water coming out of my freshwater well that I don't need any help. So I would say if you don't like to hear that kind of language, if you watch anything with him in it, read the subtitles, because the subtitles won't have the cussing in it. So, but I've seen enough other videos on this that it's kind of opened my eyes to what I need to do. Now, in that same thing, I've already, it's interesting because it's like, you know, it's no excuses. There are no excuses in this. And 75 Hard is several, I guess you could call them bullet points, tenets. They don't call it a challenge. To me, it's going to be a challenge because it is a challenge. But I'm hoping to knock it in the head. So But the main thing are, no skips. If you miss any part of the challenge in the 75 days, and it's the same thing for 75 days, if you miss any part of that challenge, you have to go back to day one. So I can't do it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I've got to finish, and I've got to finish on June 11th. So, but you follow a diet, which I already told you I'm involved with MRC, which is our food, but they teach me how to eat, so I'm already pretty good on my stuff. I just have to make darn sure that I weigh everything, because there are no cheats. So no going to get the spoon of peanut butter on them days when I'm about to chew my leg off, whatever. I've got to stay strict. And for my 6 ounces of protein, I'll have to cut it off at 6. I've literally seen my wife cut a shrimp to make sure that she stayed in her protein allowance. And I'm like, nah, if a shrimp makes me fat, I'm just gonna be fat. But yeah, that's why I said she's inspirational. If you watch her, she's incredible. But so no cheats, follow a diet. So I'm good on that. Complete 2 45-minute workouts. Now, one of those has to be outside. I'm usually good with that. Usually we walk around the lake, which I'm fixing to go grab her right now after work. Go walk around the lake. We're gonna go do our and it's almost always 47 to 50 something minutes. So I'm good for that one. Came in early. I did my workout this morning already. So I've done my 2 for today, or I'm fixing to finish my second one for today. You have to take a progress picture every day. I almost screwed this one up on day 1. I mean, it's just, you have to take this progress picture, and it's gonna be interesting over 75 days to see what happens. Drink a gallon of water every day, and I've got a half-gallon jug with the markings on it. I drink part of it in the morning and try to get most of it in before lunch. That way I'm not having to worry about it late at night and peeing every 10 minutes. And then you have to read 10 pages of a book. Audio books are not included. Read 10 pages of a book that makes you better. I think some people say business books or self-help books or something like that, but it's one that makes you better. And one of them that I'm starting on today, it's that one. It's what to say when you talk to yourself, because I'm horrible at self-doubt and talking to myself out of something or down out of something. And so I actually, you see me waving this little piece of paper, I'll put up my little mantra. This is what I've got. I've got all my screens on my computer. I've got these stuck on my mirror at the house. I got them on the mirror in the truck. So every time I look, if I look at me, I see this. Don't let it be you. And I'll put the whole thing up there, but you can read it. And that's my thing is look, people could doubt you. People could bet against you. People could fight against you. People can do whatever they want to against you, but don't let it be you. Don't let you be your limiting factor. And I am. And that's why I'm in this. That's why I'm in this 75 hard, because to me, it is a mental challenge with a physical benefit. And that's what I'm looking at it as. And Andy says that, he said, look, a vast majority of you won't finish it. A vast majority of you won't even get halfway through it, and you're going to quit. And then a lot of those you that do finish it are going to modify it in some way to make it easier on you. Don't do that. I mean, and I'm hoping, I want to be to the letter, to the law. This is why I'm doing it. But another one of my books that when I get done with that one is this one by Joby Martin. And this is I've only been halfway through it, but so far it's an excellent read. I'm hoping to finish this one, and then if I finish this one, he's got another one out. I'm going to get a hold of it too. So, but like I said, something that makes me better. So that's what I'm reading. I did get a journal. The journal has a place to log your water, everything for your workouts. It's got taking notes. It's got your meals, which always helps to log stuff, and for weighing stuff and logging stuff, will definitely make sure that you're not overeating. This is real. This is raw. This is day 1 of 75 hard. Let's get after it. Hey y'all, day 10 update. Just got done my morning routine. Want to just give you an idea of, hey, look, 10 days in, how's it going? It's going awesome. I've had one almost slip up with an alarm that I turned off when I should have got up, which I would have still done my workouts for the day. But the problem is all of them, or over half of my 75 hard is actually being done while I'm on shift, because we're working in 10, 12-hour days. So I've been getting up early to come out here. But anyway, that was on me, recovered, got back into it, which I didn't lose. I actually made it in. It was just, I was flying, and I had to use every second of my 45 minutes of the day. So, which is a good thing. The hardest thing for me, honestly, has been taking the picture, because I'm not a selfie guy. I mean, you know, if you are around my channel, when I take a selfie, it's because I'm trying to show you a life jacket or a paddle or something like that. So me personally, I don't take a whole lot of selfies. Hopefully a big fish, you know. I don't take a whole lot of selfies. So the hard part for me has been taking the selfies. So, but all I'm doing is, like, I'm going to keep day one. Maybe every 10 days, I might keep today's. So I take them and delete them. I mean, it's the discipline of taking the picture, the discipline of doing the stuff that's you consider possibly goofy or just extra, you know, but it's training us to do the little things so we can be trusted in the big things. And that's why I'm doing this. So I'm gonna, every day, I will take that picture. The other thing, like my reading, I mean, I caught myself one time like, well, I got extra time today, I could read tomorrow's, you know. No, the thing is to read your pages every day. Take that time, develop that discipline. Don't make it where this is a project that you're just trying to get through. Make it a project that you're trying to crush. So I will do every step, every day. Stick with it. All right, so we are on day 42, and it's been a challenge, I gotta admit. There are days that the water's hard. Like, you know, the first 24 days of this, I worked 10 and 12 hour shifts every day of it. So it was kind of, I don't know, I had that routine for work. And then when I got off, had off days, it was like, all right, what do you do now? So I just kept getting up early and doing my morning, whatever I was going to do that day. I've really tried to mix up my workouts. There's days that I spend, you know, a part of it in the gym, and I'll go everywhere from the elliptical to the sit-down bike. I try to mix in my push-ups. I try to do 100 push-ups a day and a 2-minute plank every morning. So I'll swap in where I ride a bike for a mile and then get out and do 25 push-ups, and then ride a bike for a mile, you know, kind of just as I'm trying to do, you know, routines and rotating around. Now, I was able to run a 5K the other day, and I actually beat my pre-injury time by over 5 minutes, and that was amazing to me. I'd never run a 5K under 30 minutes before. So for me to be able to do one, it was 28:12, I believe. But for me to be able to do that was a huge accomplishment, and I attribute that because I've been running a VO2 max on the treadmill pretty regularly, trying to do that 12 minutes. It's a timed 12-minute test that you're trying to increase your mileage, to increase your oxygen usage, or capacity. So I did that, and I've been running that VO2 max pretty regularly. So that actually helped with, you know, my pacing, the length of my stride, and so that helped with my run immensely. So huge accomplishment for me. But the weight is coming off. I actually got measured the other day at MRC, where Metabolic Research Center, where Angie and I go, and Katie, my coach, she was amazed. She's like, dude, she said, you have dropped like a huge amount of, I call it lard, a huge amount of fat, and you put back on a huge amount of muscle. So the weight loss was minimal, like 7 pounds. But I mean, when you're talking 30-something pounds of fat and 20-something pounds of muscle to swap back and forth, you know, and that was just at, you know, 30-something days in. So, but anyway, 42 days, we're staying the course. See y'all at the end. All right, y'all. Well, it was a heck of an adventure, and I gotta admit, you know, to me, I don't know, it helped me physically, it helped me mentally. You know, all I can say is I recommend doing it. That you know, my stats, I could see it to me, and I'll show you my before and after pictures. And there wasn't a huge weight change, but I mean, there was a serious muscle to lard ratio change, which was really good for me. I ended up with I read 6.5 books, and I really enjoyed that, so much so that now I've already started to plan to read like the Bible for the next 6 months. I'm gonna try to get through that. Plus I've been reading other stuff in the evening too, so I'm in the middle of, you know, 7 and 8 books on that. I ran my fastest 5K, which was one of my goals, and I beat my pre-injury 5K time by over 5 minutes. I ran my fastest 10K by over 10 minutes. I beat it, and then I ran my fastest mile ever, which was really, really cool. And then I spent 2 hours and 30 minutes in plank position, because every day I did at least a 2-minute plank. And then I did a plank, my longest ever plank, at 5:45 during the challenge. I did over 8,000 push-ups, because I did 100 push-ups every day. And then on my 51st birthday, I did 510 that day. And then total, I either walked or ran 573 miles during the 75-day hard. So it's been a really great challenge, and I'm thankful for it. So much so that I've already bought the book, the actual Real 75 Hard book. That's going to be the next. I'll read that one next, and I'm going to start it. I think in August 15th is going to be my next run through it, because this really kind of helped me get my eyes open to what the challenge was. I think I can fine tune for me and work a little harder on certain areas. Very pleased with the way things turned out, and I can't tell you enough, man. Just do it. Just jump in there, and you will never start if you don't make the first step. And that's all you got to do, is to make that first step, and then follow through with the next and the next. And just let me encourage you. It was a neat thing for me, and it was great for me mentally. It was great for me physically. It was great for me spiritually. And I am not the same person that I was 75 days ago. So hope this helps. Any questions, y'all hit me up. Y'all take care.